What's up, everyone? Landon, Brazile here, and I just wanted to share this amazing video that I made for some of my students on how to start a midterm rental deal matching business. So, just so you guys know, anything that happens in the country, anything that happens in the world, families are going to lose their house during a specific disaster. And when they lose their house, they need to find another house to stay in. So they usually go through their insurance company because their insurance is paying for their house, is the insurance for their home. And the insurance company then goes to a temporary housing company that then looks for inventory across the country to put those people in. But what if you could be the person who has the relationship with the property owners, and you have all these property owners that have said yes to midterm rentals, and you provide that inventory to the temporary housing companies because the temporary housing companies don't have a high success rate when finding properties, which is why they have to put these people in hotels. So what if you were the middleman between the temporary housing company and the property owners, and every time you got the property owner a lease from a midterm rental client, a policyholder who just lost their home, what if you got the property owner a deal and you collected a fee for connecting them with an insurance company? See, look at this. The insurance company is completely passive. It's going to happen. It's inevitable. There's going to be a disaster. They need to find housing. But the property owners have to be pitched on the model. So if you're the one that is connecting with the property owner, sharing with them your website, sharing with them everything about how this industry works, and they say yes, then you can charge them a fee on the connection of the deal with the temporary housing company. Share with you how you'll essentially find that um, that temporary housing company, so that you're getting connected directly to the source, and the source is then asking you for inventory that you have already found through the property owner. So I hope this video blows your mind. I hope it makes perfect sense to you all. Again, my name is Landon. I run a software platform in the short-term rental industry currently, but it's really for people that want to sublease, and we essentially provide sublease approved properties to people across the country that are looking to get started in their respective business. In most cases, it's going to be the Airbnb business. And again, this is a middleman business that I'm doing as well. So I have almost perfected the mid the I've almost perfected the middleman business simply because I've been doing the same business for 4 years straight. I haven't done anything else. I've stopped doing Airbnb. I gave my Airbnb units to my dad. I stopped coaching, and I kept doing middleman services. So this has led me to financial freedom and having the perfect understanding of the midterm rental industry, of course, but the middleman service business. So I'm excited to share this with you. If you have any questions, leave a comment at the bottom of this video and hit me up. I'm here to help. But essentially, I have nothing to sell you. I just want you guys to win. I want you guys to succeed. So have fun. So first things first, you want to create a website. Your website is going to cover your services, how everything works, any next steps, and any benefits. So your website is just the showcasing of what it is that you're offering, so that property owners can understand exactly what they're getting into. Now, you want to copy all forms that you would see from a temporary housing website. And I would go with the best website that you see. I'm going to cover ALE Solutions in this video, and I recommend that's the site that you use to copy their form. You also want to create a script. You want to send messages on Zillow or Hotpads. You want to wait for the responses from the property owners that submit their property information on your form. Once those responses come in, you're going to then submit those properties to the midterm rental sites. You're going to put your contact information along with their property information on those midterm rental sites. And then you're going to submit, and you're going to wait for the deals to come to you. Now, once the deals are coming to you based off the properties that you posted on their sites, you want to act very, very fast. And what you're going to do is you're going to match those specific deals with the property owners. And you can either sign a master lease with the property owner and arbitrage that deal. So if the insurance company says that their budget is $5,000 a month, and that property owner is charging $2,500 a month for their property, for a let's just say a 6-month period, and that the insurance company is going to furnish the property themselves, which means that you don't have to spend any money on the furniture and design, then you can essentially sign that master lease, collect that $10K, because you're going to collect the first month rent and the security deposit. You collect $10K, you get the property $5K, and then you are going to essentially arbitrage that deal for the midterm rental, length of the process, and then just repeat that process. And if you don't sign the arbitrage deal, then you're essentially going to just send the invoice to the property owner to charge them whatever your fee is. And then you're essentially repeating that process. So you can do maybe 10 to 15 of these same kind of deals every single month. You can rake up your inventory as it comes to arbitraging the deal, or you can rake up your fee structure in a way to where you're collecting payments from property owners every day, every week, every month, that allows for you to become financially free. So that's how this process works in totality. Again, I'm going to break down a lot of these sections in this course to help you understand more of how it all works. But essentially, this is how it works as a holistic approach. You may be wondering, where is your role? What is your exact role? Like, what is your role for property owners? Well, your role for property owners is, first things first, your role for property owners is the deal finder. That's who you are. You're a deal finder. You will tell a property owner that you will find them a deal that will allow for them to make 2 to 3x of what they're charging in rent, simply by leasing to a insurance company or to a client that you have found for them. Now, this is not Airbnb, so you're helping them understand that you're not going to match them with any Airbnb specific opportunity. This is all simply you connecting them with someone that wants to lease their property and stay at their property for 3 months, 6 months, 8 months. It could be 12 months as well. But their purpose of staying at the property is based off of what just happened to their house, or maybe they want to do construction. They're building a house somewhere in the area and they need to stay at their property for the time being. Helping them understand that you're going to bring them value by getting them a lease that is more than what they're charging for rent right now. And so that's what your role is in this opportunity is, you are that deal finder for that property owner. So when you understand that context, it'll help you formulate all the things that you need to create that will allow for you to then go out there and pitch these opportunities to these property owners and pitch your services to other people that you just know in general. You could know someone right now who owns a property and is for rent, and you could literally do the same thing with them by taking their address and going out there and finding them that deal that they need to fulfill for their property. All right, so this right here is going to be key, very, very key. Now, when I say key, what I'm referring to is your property owners are going to upload their properties to your website. They're going to fill out the form on your website. Those leads are essentially leads that you're going to then add to these websites. Now, Airbnb is probably going to be the last priority. Airbnb is a website that I would say is your least priority website. I would always start with ALE Solutions. ALE Solutions is going to get your greatest return because they're probably the biggest out of all these outside of Sedgwick. Now, what you're essentially going to do is you're going to go to ALE Solutions. Let's go to ALE Solutions. And you're actually going to register that property. So that's going to look like register housing or referred or the preferred landlord program. We'll start with this. Essentially, what you're going to do is all the information that the property owner submitted on your website, you're going to take that information and put it here. The only thing that you're going to do differently is add your information instead of the property owners. Now, if you notice, there's a management company section right here. You can do this right here. You can add your management company on here as well. either way, they're going to reach out to the contact information that is on here. So always keep that in mind. If you put the property owner's contact information, they're going to reach out directly to the property owner, and you're not going to make any money. So you want to make sure that your information on here so that when they reach out to you, you then can reach out to the property owner and say, hey, I have a deal. So you're reaching out to the property owner based off your strategy. If you want to charge the property owner a fee for you finding them a property, finding them a deal, then you're essentially going to reach out to them and say, "Hey, I have this deal. Your rent is $2,500. They're trying to pay $5,000. This is what the terms are. This is what my fee is. Of course, they know your fee when they actually submitted their property on your page, but essentially you're breaking it down like that. Now, if you get the deal and you realize that this is a property that you can rent and do arbitrage with and collect the profit off of the rent, you're going to tell the property owner, hey, I would like to sign a long-term lease with you, or I'd like to sign a 6-month lease with you, or whatever the case may be. Let's just say the rent is $2,500. And that property owner is like, yeah, I'll let you do a 6-month lease. I'm going to charge you $3,000. I'm going to charge you $3,500. If your profit margins are still big enough, do it. But if you don't want to take on the risk of renting at all, don't do it. Just take your fee and move on to the next property. Keep that property in your arsenal, because when their actual lease term ends with the midterm rental deal, you'll essentially want to see if that property is available on the back end so that you can then keep them in your database so that you can utilize them for more opportunities as they come in. So just keep those things in mind. But this is the form that you're going to basically have on your website. As it shows, everything that you see on here, it was going to be everything that you have on your website as a form. And then essentially when you get this information from the property owner, you're going to then go and copy and paste it into this form right here, so you can submit it to ALE Solutions so that they can reach out to you, and bang, that's the play. So hopefully this made sense. Of course, you can reach out to me if it didn't, but this is how it all works.